Hi everyone, it's Taylor here, and we're reacting to the game against Partick Thistle tonight, and that was woeful. It was terrible. Uh, Maybe I sound ungrateful, I guess, because in a sense, hard game. They're already, there's 6 points. No, there's 7 points still. 7 points in front still. I know you gained a point rather than lost a point. I suppose so, but if you want to be in fourth place, you want to beat the team in fourth place. And we just didn't look like we were going to do that tonight. In the first half, we had a few good opportunities, but other than that, we had pretty much nothing. We had a couple half chances. That was pretty much it. Partick Thistle had some chances that were pretty close. In the second half, it was all Partick Thistle the second half. We brought on Steve Marsh, and I want to say Aidan Conley. I've not looked back at the facts here, but Partick Thistle, relatively tall defence, and if you're bringing on Marsh, it's not going to do too well. If you're going to be playing over the top rather than on the ground, which is what we tried to do, and it just seemed like we ran out of ideas almost, so we decided the point's all we can get. Yeah, I'm disappointed with how the performance happened. I would get it if we were seen as the underdog team, and maybe I'm being delusional here, but if you look at the core squad that we kept from last season, even though there's been injuries, especially up top, where you want to get your goals, I wouldn't say on paper we are the underdog team, but from this season, I suppose we are. So maybe I'm just being too, I don't know, entitled, I suppose. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say really. I'm disappointed. I genuinely went into this game thinking we could maybe get a 1-0 win. And the first half gave me that feeling of hope. Maybe it's gonna happen. Maybe we can get something out of the game. But the second half, by the 60th minute, I just knew it was either going to be Partick was going to win. It was either Partick were going to win the game, or it was going to be 0-0. And it was similar to the Livingston game. I get that it has to happen, and I get that football is a game where things can transition quite quickly, but there are times where periods of pressure can last a really, really long time in a game. Right, that's just from me watching as a fan. I don't know what it's like as a player or a manager, but I get that, I get that football changes quickly, but I also get that football can change slowly at the same time. But it just seemed like we came out in the second half to either play for a point or just try and get a corner or a free kick outside the box and maybe snatch a goal, rather than coming out to actively try and score a goal, Yeah, I don't know. I need to watch, because I wasn't at Firhill tonight. I just had work basically, so I can go to Firhill. But yeah, I'm disappointed. I was hoping for more, and maybe I'm just being the typical fan, stupidly optimistic, thinking that the Rovers are going to go in and win the game comfortably, and it's going to be a great experience. But yeah, I was hoping for a 1-0 win at least. But when you're away at Firhill, I suppose it's harder, and sometimes it just doesn't happen. It's a hard place to go. But Morton, Capello is a hard place to go as well, and now that's going to be a game that will be a game that will define our season now. If Morton beat us, I don't think we're getting in the playoffs this year. That's honestly what I think. I know statistically, I know mathematically, it's still possible if Morton goes 6 point. Well, Morton could go. Yeah, Morton could go 6 points ahead of us if they win their game on Saturday and the one on Tuesday. So let's hope that doesn't happen. Whereas we can only go 3. I think we can only go 2 points ahead of them. No, we will go 3, I think. Although if they win their game on Saturday, and it doesn't matter, right? Actually, it does a lot now that I'm thinking about it, just logically, but rather than just the emotional hit of how disappointing the game was. But I don't know. I want to say, I'm really optimistic, and I think the Rovers are going to get in the playoffs and all that stuff, but that's not how I feel at the moment. I'm feeling dejected. Like I felt after a lot of the periods where, we've won a few games, and oh man, when it kind of matters, But yeah, I feeling dejected. I might make an updated match reaction when I've looked at the facts and I've rewatched the game, and I've actually I've looked at it from a logical perspective rather than a sort of raw emotional perspective. But yeah, if you're a fan of Raith Rovers, or if you're a Partick Thistle fan, can I ask, what did you think of the game? Were you as disappointed as me? If you're a Partick Thistle fan, are you disappointed? Did you want to go out there and win the game? Well, you would. You're a fan, but you're a fan of Partick Thistle. You're a fan of Raith Rovers. Doesn't matter. You want to win the game, but what's your reaction to the game? Mine is feeling disappointed, dejected. Part of me understands why, and the other part of me says I am disappointed after the result. Yeah, so disappointed, dejected, and understanding, I suppose. So yeah, that was my reaction to the game. I'd like to see yours in the comments. So yeah, thanks for that, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.